The Knicks have a secret plan, and Karl-Anthony Towns is helping them execute it. Have you guys been watching All-Star Weekend? Because I know I have, and there's been one pretty common theme that we've been noticing throughout the weekend. It's Karl-Anthony Towns conversing with other All-Stars. Now, what could they be talking about? And also, these All-Stars are giving Karl-Anthony Towns a lot of praise. If you're Leon Rose right now and you're watching all of this unfold, it's clear you need to keep your options open. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. But before we get started, guys, about 54% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. Before I ask anybody to do anything, I want to say a huge thank you to everybody, all of the subscribers, the entire community. We just hit our goal of 25,000 subscribers. We have been trying to reach this goal for many months. So shout out to each and every one of you for supporting us and helping us get to this point. Now we have a new goal in place, and it is a large task. 50,000 subscribers is the next goal. They said we couldn't do 25, but here we are. Now they're saying we can't do 50. Hopefully, you guys will continue to support us as we try to reach this new milestone. Once again, thank you guys so much for your continued support for the Knicks Recap channel. Without further ado, let's get started. Knicks All-Star Weekend plans. And no, I'm not talking about their plans for when they get to All-Star Weekend and what they're going to do. I'm talking about those secret plans. You know the saying, put the work in before you go to work? That perfectly describes Leon Rose and this Knicks front office. They never let an opportunity go to waste that they can take advantage of. And All-Star Weekend is full of them. So what better way to use your All-Star than to go out there, converse with other All-Stars around the league, and make New York an even more attractive destination to play? Well, if you've been watching All-Star Weekend, that's exactly what Karl-Anthony Towns has been doing. Pat started off the weekend big, talking with his friend, yes, I said friend, Nikolai Jokic, also known as the Joker, also known as the former MVP of the league. That's his friend. And here's what Joker had to say about his friendship with Karl-Anthony Towns. Shout out to Joker for giving us the following information. And if you were wondering, yes, that is a legit photo from All-Star Weekend of Kat talking with Joker. According to Joker, today I talked with Kat. You play so many years against each other. You just kind of make some kind of a relationship. It's not something where we're close. We're not going to each other's houses. We are doing the same job. We are eating the same bread. So why not be a little bit communicative? I agree with Joker. You guys eat the same bread because you play the same position. You play against each other for so many years. Why not talk a little bit? And while you talk about New York. Talk about why New York is such a beautiful place to live, place to play, why the fan base will always have your back, why they'll ride for you and always support you. And not only that, you're going to have a front office with Leon Rose that will always make sure that he is building around you and with you. And all I'm trying to say is, you're saying all this great stuff about Karl-Anthony Towns. If you do want to play with him, just let us know. If you do want to form one of the craziest two big lineup that we've ever seen in the league, let us know. Give us a call because I am sure Leon Rose will absolutely entertain that conversation. I gotta say, seeing Kat and Joker just like that, sitting together, talking, seeing Joker talk about Kat and his friendship with him, I gotta say, man, New York is back. We are back to being that destination that all the stars are looking at, and they see New York. They see us growing. They see us becoming something that everybody wants to be a part of, including the stars. And I'm not talking only about Joker. There are some other players as well, too, because Karl-Anthony Towns, he's always around other stars in the league. You see Pascal Siakam there. You see James Harden there. And I'm not trying to say that either one of those players are going to become New York Knicks at some point in times in their career going forward. But what I am trying to say is opportunity is there, opportunity exists, and clearly Karl-Anthony Towns is making use of the opportunity and talking to everybody, all stars around the league, because he understands when New York is looking like this, when we're playing like this, when we are legitimately one of the best teams in the league right now, you can use that as leverage. And when you talk to your friends around the league, and maybe your friends are a little bit frustrated in their situation, you can just talk about your situation, why you're so happy, what makes you so happy, what Leon Rose does to make you so happy. And for Cat, putting up the best numbers of his career right now, I think he has a lot to brag about, and a lot of people are listening. Even some players that you may not want to be listening, they're listening too. And one of those players being Trae Young. Now, I understand a lot of people hate Trae Young. They don't like him. He rolled the dice on MSG's floor. I get it. But the reason I'm mentioning it is because he is an all-star in this league, and he is speaking highly of Karl-Anthony Towns. This is the interaction that Towns and Trae Young had. According to the reporter, he asked, "What's one message to Knicks fans?" Trae Young said, "One message to Knicks fans? I mean, I don't know. They're a great team. They got great players." And then Karl-Anthony Towns interrupts, and he says, "You know what? I'm explaining the interaction. You know what's better than explaining it? Watching it for yourself." Roll it.
What would that message be?
One message to Knicks fans. I don't know. I mean, they're a great team. They got great players. They got some players that I really mess with on a personal level. But they don't. I don't. See, I'm talking great. I was just giving you a compliment, bro.
I was just asking. You were
great.
my bad.
You got guys like Cat, man. They're great.
There's some people over there that I mess with on a personal level. That was Trae Young's response to that reporter when he was talking about the Knicks. Pull that quote up again. As you can see here, where Trae Young was saying, "I mean, I don't know. They're a great team. They got great players." And he was saying to Cat when Cat interrupted, "See, I was just giving you a compliment. You got guys like Cat, man." That's what Trae Young had to say. Now, listen, obviously, I don't want Trae Young on my team. But the reason I'm mentioning this is important because look how Trae Young and other stars around the league view Karl-Anthony Towns. Talk to Cat. Talk about Cat. They love him. They love his personality. They love even being around him. And that probably means they love playing with him. And if you love playing with him, that means somewhere down the line, if something happens with your organization where you're frustrated and the Knicks, who have Karl-Anthony Towns, have an opportunity to go out there and get you, you might push for your team to make a trade with the Knicks versus any other team. And this is exactly what Leon Rose is planning here. He's not trying to take a star away from any of these teams. It's hard for the Knicks to do anything like that right now anyways. But what you do is you plant the seeds. How do you make moves in the future? By making sure you built a connection. Towns is your connection builder. And clearly, he's built connections to basically every single star in the league. Jalen Brunson, the exact same thing. But JB, he's a little bit more of a quiet storm leader. Doesn't have to say much. His game does a lot. Karl-Anthony Towns, he's really that more sociable guy. You can see it everywhere. He plays pranks on everybody. We understand that. We know that. Sometimes it's just about personalities. And Karl-Anthony Towns, he can go out there and let's face it, he can recruit for the Knicks. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Karl-Anthony Towns is out there recruiting for New York, Leon Rose, and for this team. And you're not going to see the benefit of all of this right away. You're not going to see it a year from now. But when some of these players that may want to leave their franchise, their contract comes up, they're in free agency, and they see Karl-Anthony Towns over there, in New York with Jalen Brunson, killing it, tearing it up, still being one of the top teams in the league. You might consider yourself as a free agent to go to New York, a great place to play, a great destination, a place where Karl-Anthony Towns has been talking up since he's got there, and you have a friendship with him. Now you can go there and join him. You see what I'm talking about? You see the secret plans? You see the seeds going on here? This is the plans. This is what New York had in mind, and Karl-Anthony Towns is one of the best all-stars to help you get that dream come true. Joker, Trae Young, James Harden, Pascal Siakam, and a whole bunch of other all-stars that we didn't see. Some video that wasn't released yet. Imagine all of the other players he's talking to that we don't even know about. What is he saying? What are those conversations looking like? New York is back. We are back in terms of basketball. We are back in terms of having that great front office, but we are back in terms of being that destination, that place that attracts all of the stars around the league and makes them want to come to MSG, makes them want to call Madison Square Garden their home, put on that orange and blue and play for the Knicks. What else could you ask for? Right now, at this very moment, is the best time to be alive and be a Knicks fan. And I am so happy to be part of it. But what about you guys? What do you think about the Knicks' secret plans here by attracting different all-stars to have them play in New York? We're talking about Joker. We're talking about James Harden, Pascal Siakam. We're talking about potentially Trae Young and all of these other potential all-stars around the league that the Knicks are trying to attract and get to play for New York. Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.